make arrangements for private parties and things like that for different age groups, but right now that's kind of the age group that we geared it to. All the games are geared to those age groups. The fitness center is geared to those age groups.
Personally, why did you feel that a teen center had to be created in this area?
I think just giving kids a place to go. I mean, I remember what it was like not having anywhere to go, and you end up at the mall walking around for hours, and I think it's the coolest thing to come to a place like the YMCA where you can play games, you can be with your friends, you can work out, you can do whatever you want, and you're safe and you're off the streets. You don't have to worry about getting in trouble.
What is one of your favorite parts about having the teen center?
I think my favorite part of the teen center is probably the recording studio that we're adding on to the teen center. It's one of our biggest projects, but I think that would probably be my favorite part.
The recording studio is called the Livewire, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
What is the purpose of the Livewire?
The Livewire, on the second floor of our YMCA, we dedicated the entire floor to teens and youth. The teen center itself is the socialization end of it. Then we have a fitness arcade it's called Virtual Edge, and that's just for kids, for youth, for teens to work out in and play video games. The Livewire end of it is kind of the creative end of it. So what that is, kids will come in if they just want to play some music. They could download some music onto the computers and play it for their friends. If they want to do some interviews, if they want to take journalism seriously, or if they don't know if they like journalism, they could come in. We're going to have some DJs come in. We're working with the local radio station, 2102, to put it together, T102, and we're going to probably do some podcasts in there. So whatever creative juices you feel you might have, that's what our recording studio is going to be.
What is your favorite thing in just the teen center, not the Livewire?
I think I like the snack bar. We're still putting that together, but I think that's going to be really cool once it's done. And we're going to have different snacks and drinks for the kids. Everything healthy, of course, because we are a YMCA. But I think I'm going to like that the best.
How do you plan to attract teens to the YMCA now that you've renovated the whole area?
We're going to work closely with all the schools in the area and let them know that there's some place where kids could come. We're going to have group activities. We're going to have special offers for church groups and other organizations like the Scouts, for instance. We're also going to do a grand opening on March 15th, and we're going to invite everybody. We're going to have bands here, and it's going to be just for kids, and if they want to bring their families, they could.
What kind of bands did you have in mind?
We're still working on that. I'm not sure, but the idea is we're going to have a couple different bands to play, but we're also going to have some of the musicians kind of do behind the scenes, you know, what it's like to be a musician, the production end of it. The radio station's going to be on board with us, so we're going to have all kinds of special promotions. We're still planning it, though.
What is a big goal of yours for this whole teen center?
I think my goal is I want to see kids in here having fun and using it like we envisioned to begin with, and like the Chamber of Commerce envisioned when they took this on. And we really want to see kids moving from room to room up here, and I want to see them playing music and then coming in here and having a glass of juice and then going next door to the arcade and working out for 10 minutes and then coming back and playing the Wii. And I think that's my goal. I really want to see different schools throughout the county coming in here and really using it like we wanted.
Have you received any community support on this whole project?
Community support has been outstanding. From a year ago when the school leadership class took this project on, from the class itself to the businesses they approached, we have received amazing support. And all we had to do was ask. And that's so typical of Schuylkill County, that their hearts are just the biggest hearts in the whole nation, I swear. The Schuylkill leadership class is comprised of different employees of businesses from all aspects, from privately owned businesses to the big industrial park companies. And they all came together and they designed this room. They went out and they got everything donated, from the big screen TV to the cabinet it came in to the molding around these windows. Everything was donated. And then when we went on to the recording studio, we talked to T102 about that, and they're working with us and donating the equipment there, and they're all excited. And it's just a very proud moment to see them come together like that. And the Schuylkill leadership class actually thinks of this as their room, because it is. I mean, they put it all together, and they were the first ones. This is the first room that was done, and it's all thanks to them. And now, for as long as this Y is going to be here, which hopefully is a long time, Schuylkill leadership class will be, of 2008, will be a part of it, and I think that's a very proud moment.
Alcohol-related accidents kill someone every 31 minutes in the United States.
60% of all teen car accident deaths are alcohol-related.
In 2005, underage drinkers consumed 12.1% of all alcohol sold in Pennsylvania.
On any given weekend, 1 in 10 drivers on America's roads has been drinking.
Drunk driving kills almost 17,000 people each year.
In 2006, 544 lives were lost in Pennsylvania due to driving under the influence, including 8 people from Schuylkill County.
Don't be another statistic.
Can you give your definition of what a wellness director is?
I would say a wellness director is someone who helps teach people about the different aspects of wellness in their life and also helps put them into practice. For example, physical activity, something that is important for everyone to do, educate people on exercise, the appropriate types of exercise, how long to exercise, how important it is to incorporate that in your life and to teach them the correct way to do it, and also to encourage, that's probably one of the most important things, to encourage them to do that on a regular basis in a consistent way. That's just one aspect of wellness, but that's probably one of the most important things that will be in my job.
How did you get involved with the YMCA?
Well, I'm from Pottsville, was raised here, and lived away for a while, came back, and was very excited to learn of the opportunities that were being afforded here with the new Y coming into play, and was lucky enough actually to get involved from the very beginning with moving in this new building, and I'm just really excited to be a part of the Y sort of from the ground up and to help develop some of the programs and get the community involved with it.
How do you keep people interested in coming?
Oh, motivation is one of the biggest things. One of the things we'll be doing in the Wellness Center and the Fitness Center will be incentive programs where we will encourage people, again, to do consistent, regular activity where it'll be different contests run throughout the year, maybe like on a quarterly basis, and we'll offer incentive prizes. Each program will be designed differently. For example, say just aerobic exercise. We'll encourage them to come at least 3 times a week. Keep track of that for however many weeks, depending on how the contest is set up. And at the end of the contest, we would see who had the most visits 3 times a week. Not necessarily total visits, but just how many weeks with 3 visits in a week, just to encourage that consistent activity. And then there'd be prizes awarded at the end, and that's just one example of something that we would run like throughout the year, based on different activities and different programs.
Can you name some of the new technology that's going to be put in this gym?
Oh yes, we're going to have a lot of really neat stuff. The fitness center will have, it's going to be a complete fitness center, starting with treadmills. We're going to have ellipticals, for those who aren't familiar with what ellipticals are. A few years back, steppers were the big thing. Ellipticals move in an elliptical form with your feet, so it's a moderate impact, low impact, really helps increase your heart rate. We're going to have a couple of those. We're also going to have something called an adaptive motion trainer, where you're on the equipment and it's intuitive to how you are moving. So if you want to run, you can actually run on the equipment. If you want to step, similar to a stepping motion, you can step. Or if you want to do the elliptical motion, you can do that as well. Bicycles are probably one of the most exciting things, believe it or not, because we're getting what's called espresso bikes. It's an interactive bicycle, similar to some of the things that we have up in the virtual edge, up in the loft up here. And it has a personal viewing screen, and it's actually connected to the internet. So you can ride one of many courses that will be on the bike itself. You can challenge the buddy next to you. You can challenge yourself if you want to, say, ride against yourself from a previous course that you did. It will remember your time, and you can sort of ride yourself. You can ride against a ghost rider on the screen, or because it's connected to the internet, you can actually compete against someone who's at an entirely different location. So if you have a friend or a relative or somebody who's at another site, maybe halfway across the country, you can actually compete against them on that same course. So we're getting some of those that are going to be really, really, really fun.
Can you describe the multi-generation fitness?
Well, the Y is all about families getting as many generations from families in here as possible. So I'll start with something such as the group exercise programs. We do have some group exercise classes going on right now.